Tonight was different. No flickering lights, no moving shadows, no dramatic sounds. Just silence, heavy silence, the kind that presses against your ears. His phone vibrated in his hand. He hadn't touched it. The front camera was open. The screen showed him. His bed. The closed door behind him. Normal. Then, the reflection blinked. He didn't. The reflection smile slowly stretched wider than it should. And in a calm, almost disappointed whisper, it said,
"You were right.
A pause.
I'm not here to scare you."
The smile widened. The screen went black. And in that moment, he realized. He had misunderstood everything. 3 days earlier, the first strange thing that happened was the light in the kitchen. It flickered twice. He looked up from his phone and said calmly, "Okay, if this is a ghost, at least pay the electricity bill." Nothing happened. He shrugged and went back to scrolling. That night, the bedroom door creaked open on its own. Very slowly, very dramatically. He stared at it for a few seconds and then sighed. Wow. Classic. Very vintage horror. 10 points for effort. The door stopped moving, as if it had been insulted. The next night it tried whispering. Soft breathing near his ear. A faint hello. He didn't scream. He rolled over in bed and said, "If you're going to whisper, at least say something useful. Like lottery numbers." Silence. Then a faint knock on the wall. He knocked back twice. Communication. "See, we're growing." At this point, he was convinced his apartment was haunted. But instead of fear, he felt entertained. He started rating the activities. Lights flicker. 6 out of 10. Random footsteps in the hallway. Solid 7. Shadows standing near the bathroom door. Creative but poor posture. 5. One evening, while eating noodles, the spoon slid slightly across the table. He froze for a second, then leaned closer to the empty air and said, "Listen, if you're going to move things, at least help with dishes." The spoon stopped moving. For a full minute, nothing happened. He smirked. "I thought so." But the strange part wasn't the activity. It was the pattern. Every time he mocked it, the activity would stop. Not fade. Stop. Like something was thinking. Observing. Adjusting. On the 4th night, the lights didn't flicker. Instead, the television turned on by itself. Static filled the screen. He looked at it and said, "Oh, nice." Budget horror mode activated. The volume slowly increased. Static became louder, almost aggressive. He grabbed the remote. "Relax. I'm not scared. You're doing too much." The TV shut off instantly. Not gradually. Instantly. That made him pause. Just for a second. But then he shook his head. "See, we can compromise. Healthy haunting." That night he posted a joke online. "My apartment ghost is trying so hard. I think it needs therapy." He laughed while typing it. Behind him in the hallway, something shifted. Not a footstep. Not a shadow. Something heavier. But when he turned around, nothing was there. He went to sleep smiling. That was the mistake. Because the next night, the activity stopped completely. No flickers. No whispers. No moving objects. No footsteps. Nothing. The apartment felt normal again. Too normal. He walked through every room. Checked every corner. Opened the bathroom curtain dramatically and said, "Come on. Don't quit now." We were bonding. Silence. He stood in the middle of the living room and crossed his arms. "What happened? Did I hurt your feelings?" Still nothing. And for the first time, He felt disappointed, but what he didn't understand was this. It hadn't stopped. It had just stopped trying to scare him. Rohan told himself it was over. Maybe the ghost got bored. Maybe the wiring was bad. Maybe he just imagined everything. That explanation worked until the mirror incident. It happened in the bathroom. He was brushing his teeth, half asleep, staring at his reflection. See, he mumbled to himself. No demon. Just me. Handsome. Calm. Alive. He spat into the sink. When he looked up again, his reflection was still brushing. His hand froze midair. The reflection continued for 2 slow seconds, then stopped. And smiled. Not wide. Not dramatic. Just slightly. Rohan stared at it. Then forced a laugh. Okay. That was new. Points for creativity. The reflection didn't move. It just stared. Unblinking. Rohan stepped back. The reflection stepped back too. Perfectly synced again. Like nothing had happened. He stood there for a long moment. Then he leaned toward the mirror and whispered, "If you're going to replace me, at least pay rent." The bathroom light flickered once. Just once. That night, Rohan didn't joke online. He didn't rate anything. He didn't clap. He lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. Waiting. And that was when he understood something. The demon hadn't failed at scaring him. It had been studying him. Testing reactions. Learning what worked. And what didn't. Around 3 in the morning, he felt it. Not a sound. Not movement. A presence. Close. Behind him. He didn't turn around. He didn't joke. He didn't rate it. He just lay there, breathing slowly. The air grew heavier. Then his phone vibrated in his hand. And that's when tonight began to feel different. No flickering lights. No moving shadows. No dramatic sounds. Just silence. Heavy silence. The kind that presses against your ears. His phone screen lit up. The front camera was open. And you already know what happened next.